Hi everyone. Today I'm doing an afternoon walk, and I just thought I would record the beautiful scenery just before I give you some tips on taking exams, especially when you are new in the United States. Um, Let me begin by saying when we come to America and take certain exams to improve ourselves. For those of us who studied in a British education system, the American style of taking exams can be a little bit challenging. Um, but that's not to say you will be defeated. As I said in my previous videos, you just have to know what your learning style is and concentrate on making sure that you pass those exams. So just to give you an experience of what I went through when I came to the United States way back many years ago, I went back to school. And having completed university in Kenya, I of course thought everything was going to be a breeze. And when I say a breeze, I really mean it. So I enrolled in school, and yes, the English exam was a breeze because then all they asked me was, um, John and Mary were standing at a bus stop, and Mary said to John, "The bus will be late." What did John tell Mary? And then, of course, you have to give an answer. And those of us who were in school in my generation, you know, that was grade 4 work. I think the book was called Mr. and Mrs. Kamau or something of the sort, or New Friends. I think it was New Friends. So then you answer. John told Mary the bus was going to get late. So basically, they were really impressed that as an African coming from Africa, I made 100 on that kind of exam. But again, remember, for us, it's grade 4 work. So then I went through college, I breezed through it, and I got to the subjects that most of us who are specialized in the art subjects, we didn't like much. But again, when you compare with where we are in the United States, we are capable of doing very well. So I go to this Biology 101 class, and what surprised me was they have labs just like we have labs in Kenya or elsewhere. I mean, most of the African countries, Nigeria, I know, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, they do have, I think they went through the same system, the British system. And most of the books we used for literature were, and other subjects, were actually books that were used in other countries. So in this particular exam, I got to take a biology exam. And what do I find there? When we went to the labs, we are still using the book that, I forget the name of it, but I think the author was McKean. So if you remember the McKean book and the lab book, we had to go to the laboratory, scratch an onion, put it on a slide, and put it under the microscope, and then draw the cells. Yes, that's exactly what college level Biology 101 is. For us, it was Form 1 work. Then I went to the theory class, and in the theory class, you are expected to read and take multiple choice exams. And that's where my challenge came in. So I struggled. Having been used to getting the material, cramming the material, reproducing, and writing essays, here I was expected to answer multiple choice exams. And I can tell you, I did not do very well. So the professor calls me and says, "Oh, I realize you're very good in the labs, but when it comes to theory, you seem to be struggling." And of course I told her, yeah, the reason I'm struggling is because I'm not used to taking multiple choice exams. So she then recommended I go to the student center and get one of the Gen Zs to tutor me on how to take multiple choice exams. And of course, I did it. And I was able to pass that class. So what am I saying? Do not shy away from learning the things that you need to learn. If you are new to the American education system. The other thing that I learned when I went to the student center was when you're given 4 chapters of a book to read, do not waste your time reading word for word from the beginning to the end. Some reading skills came in very handy. So you have to read, the girl told me, I still remember, read the topic, read the black words, I think bold, let me use the word bold, the bolded words, read the first 2 sentences, read the last 2 sentences, and move on. And that's how you are able to read 4 chapters of a book in a day and go to class tomorrow morning knowing what to do. So I learned those tricks, and I must say they were really, really helpful. So, as I said, most of these videos I'm creating content for people who are of my generation and are either family members with children or they are older adults taking degrees for a second time, or you could even be a beginner as an adult and you want to go through a professional course, whatever course it is, for you to be able to make a living in this country. I will continue encouraging you not to give up, to keep pressing on. As I said, sometimes you pay for exams and then you go in and you don't excel, and that is okay. That is really okay. Not that it's okay to fail, but it's okay to say, yes, I attempted and I didn't make it. Do I have a chance to do it again? Given the background that we have from Africa, where parents insisted that we had to pass exams and there was no room for failure. And if you failed, everybody looked at you like you are not smart enough. I tell you, this is not the situation in the United States. It is quite different. It's very, very different. Not passing an exam does not necessarily mean that you are dumb or you can't make it. Basically, what it means is, at the particular time when you went to this exam, you were not well prepared. Either you did not grasp the concepts of the materials, or you could have had something else happening in your life at that particular time. It could be with family, finances, children, immigration, whatever it is that made you not do well on that exam. So don't shy away from saying, you know what, Harriet, I did it, I did not pull through, I need a second chance. And I can tell you, we are in a country whereby people get second chances. So take advantage of that second chance. Go sit for that exam, learn some tips, and you will do well. So for all my listeners and followers who are taking exams or who are planning to go back to school, Wherever you are, I do wish you best of luck. And I will be producing videos on these materials. So remember to subscribe to my channel, hit the button below, and I'll connect with you and be able to help you out. Thank you very much, and best of luck.